May. I think she was in Steve. What's Moon Knight?
Oh yeah, she was the actress that was opposite. She got powers at the end of that show.
Yeah, I never finished it. I tapped out of Moon Knight.
I finished it, but I finished it like begrudgingly. I finished that show with my arms folded. I was pissed because here's what happened to Brian. You know what you missed at the end? Fuck it, I'm gonna spoil it. You know what you missed at the end? Big fight's about to happen. Fucking, what's his name? Ethan Hawke's got powers in his sandals and he's fucking flying out, and he's flying towards Moon Knight. Fucking, we're going fists. The meat screen goes to black, and then Moon Knight wakes up and the whole fight's over because he blacked out. So you don't even get to see the whole fight.
Wow, that's rough, dude.
They just don't show it.
Well,
not too mad I tapped out.
Thanks to the reviews by the geeks, I haven't even started the Acolyte yet, Steve.
Oh, you can. You know what? Here's the thing. Acolyte, worst story, best lightsaber action in anything that Disney has put out.
In the Acolyte,
it's some of the best lightsaber choreography, best lightsaber fights. It's good. That shit. The story is hokey and nonsense, but the action is crazy. Like, I saw a Sith guy fucking stabbed a Jedi through the stomach and then force pulled another Jedi onto the blade.
Oh, wow.
I was like, holy shit. Like,
that's kind of cool.
And then he prison shanks another Jedi. Like, he makes part of his lightsaber fall off and it has a little blade. It's like, yeah. Like, shakes him up like, holy crap. And I was like a main character too that got it. I was like, god damn. It's really good. There's some hardcore shit in that show, but overall, the story is just leaves you wanting more.
Let's see. Summer H. Howell is in talks for the lead role in Mike Flanagan's Carrie, which is officially ordered from Amazon.
Is it a series?
Yeah,
more Carrie.
Series.
Interesting.
They're not remaking the movie. They're adapting the book.
Okay. So it'll be a mini series then?
Isn't that what they tried to do with the Chloe Grace Moretz one? They tried to say we were doing the book, not a remake of the movie.
Yeah, but then they remade the movie.
I know. When I watched it, I was waiting for something new, and I just didn't get it.
Nothing new.
It was fine, I guess.
They asked at CinemaCon, they asked Jennifer Caitlin Robinson about the I Know What You Did Last Summer. If Brandy is returning since it's a legacy sequel. She said, You have to watch the movie.
Okay.
They're going to show her on, like, it's going to be like one of those, like, it's going to be like something on Jennifer Love Hewitt's refrigerator, like a remember by, like, she's got the funeral thing. Like,
yes.
And I got to go back to Carrie again real quick. So it's going to be a series.
Yeah.
So that whole story is about her getting bullied by her parents and everybody at the school and everybody she knows. And then she freaks out at the end and kills a bunch of people. So it's going to be like a whole season of just like watching this girl get pushed around, just knowing she's going to kill every one of you. It just feels like a lot of like self-deprecation. Like you have to watch this.
But the high school massacre is going to be like an entire episode.
Unless it's directed by the people that did Moon Knight, because then she'll black out before it starts.
Well, it's not a really feel good fucking movie until the end when she finally gets hers,
Gets her revenge.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of positive word came out about I Know What You Did Last Summer. People got to see it at CinemaCon, see some clips. I guess it impressed the crowd there.
It's really that movie's fucking ball to drop. It's that movie's game to lose. All it has to do is like be an effective, fun slasher with some member berries from the 90s, and if it does that right, you're in business.
True.
Nobody's asking for an Oscar-worthy film. We just want something that doesn't suck.
I don't think anybody was asking for it to begin with.
Not really.
I think I read one comment of someone who saw it. They said it does what the Scream and Halloween legacy sequels couldn't do or didn't do or something like that.
What does that mean?
Not sure what that means.
I don't know.
It's a good movie? It's getting good reviews. Hey, it might be good, guys.
It needs to ignore that third one though. It has to ignore the third one. Can't have that be in continuity. It can't.
They're gonna retcon that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Ghosts don't belong in the series. Ghosts that kill people.
Boy.
In Colorado.
The Last of Us renewed for season 3 before season 2 even comes out.
I'm not excited about that.
Bold of them.
I love the games. I thought the first season was okay. I thought it was okay.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
I like the games. You get way, there's just the show just touches on stuff that the games it's not getting. And that girl is not Ellie to me. And I'm sorry, I love Pedro, but he's not Joel either.
Right.
There's the casting is wild, and like they're brushing over huge chunks of the game and then spending 2 episodes on something that never even happened in the fucking game. So I'm just like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, and I've heard about the game, so yeah, the second season might not go over as well as they hope it does.
Yeah, I'll say this, it'll definitely be cheaper. It'll definitely be cheaper to make season 3.
That's right. Go watch the Fantastic Four to get your fix, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Chuck Russell's Witchboard remake releases in August. We'll finally get a better Witchboard movie.
We need to review that with Nez.
Well, 100%. It can't possibly be worse.
I reviewed that movie, I think, trash. 3 times. And every time
Have you seen it 3 times?
I think we reviewed it. I think I know I was on the Geeks when you guys reviewed it with Nez, and then I think I reviewed it on Nez's network. So I think I reviewed that movie 3 times, and my thoughts have never changed on the movie.
Understandable, yeah, understandable.
That movie is crazy, and there's a sequel. We did the sequel too, Nez.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there like 2 sequels?
I think there is 3.
I remember you guys talking about that.
Yeah, it's rough stuff.
Let's see here.
They should do a TV series of Witchboard.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
15 episode, 58-minute episodes.
This already sounds like a fucking straight to VOD
with a fucking
movie.
4-minute intro with CGI statues and shit and pentagrams, whatever. Yeah.
I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. It's Chuck Russell. Chuck Russell did Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Blob.
Oh.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. You got me there, man. That's like up there in my top 5 horror movies of all time.
The best one.
Yeah, a lot of people's top 5.
Let's see. Steve, you played Death Stranding?
The walking simulator with Norman Reedus?
Yes.
Yes.
It is getting a adaptation from A24, and it's going to be directed by Quiet Place Day One's Michael Sarnowski.
Now, you might not like that movie, Brian, because you didn't like The Violent Nature. So
that's right.
So much
Lots of walking.
Not nearly as much as Death Stranding. That's the whole point of the game. The movie's about delivering. The game's about the mechanic of the game is delivering stuff. I never finished it, so I didn't get the whole story, but there's definitely an overarching story. It's a dystopian future, very cool setting. And Norman Reedus, they didn't make that game that long ago, and that guy doesn't age quickly, so he could probably just play the guy really, really easily.
Just jump right in there.
And A24 is doing it. They're gonna make it creepy. It's got some creepy visuals. So.
But I think this might be a fumble for A24 because I think we talked about a while ago. They said they wanted to do bigger movies.
Yes.
Well, I think, and they wanted to branch out a little bit. They're doing that weird Ochi movie with the little creature. That looks good, though. I think that creature looks awesome. So. Yeah,
but I think that's just kind of watching the trailer. I feel like that's the only thing you're going to come out watching the movies, and the creature looked awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
That's kind of all I want. I don't really need much more anymore. My bar is low. the direct that we've been getting is like, is it a function? Okay, we're good.
And lastly, Stephen King's The Long Walk gets a release date of September 12th in theaters.
Yeah, you're excited about that, Lance. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite novels. That's one of the few novels that I was in tears at the end of it. It's so depressing.
Any casting
if they make
news on
it
that?
like that.
A Dane DeHaan cast in the movie.
I think they've already filmed it. I
only.
think this was another thing they showed at CinemaCon that I think people got excited for.
Who else would be on that movie for Lance's Mount Rushmore? If Dane DeHaan's in there, you got to have Wyatt Russell from Night Swim fame. He'd have to be up in there.
I know it does star Mark Hamill.
He's going to be the general guy. He's going to be
general.
the guy.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect casting.
I don't know who else is starring in it, and I don't feel like looking it up. So that
probably
is...
all the kids from
enough.
Stranger Things. All the kids
Finn
from Stranger
Wolfhard
Things, I'm sure.
is.
But they're all going to be 30.
There's a lot of CinemaCon news, a lot of trailers shown that didn't get released to the public, so we'll just wait. People got to see the Black Phone 2 and other trailers.
Yeah, there was a lot. I like the Superman stuff. I'm still excited about the new.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Out, so.
I'm not gonna hate on it until there's something to hate on. I haven't seen the movie, so
I'm fighting an uphill battle on my show.
Yeah,
with the
I
geeks.
know.
I'm the only one. I'm like, I'll stand here and say that I'm excited.
I seen Sean's kind of left you alone on that one.
Yeah. He's trying to get hired by Disney, you know what I mean? He's picking his fights.
Oh, I got you. It's some politics going on, huh?
All right, that's the news.
All right, Steve, you ready to go with us down to the trailer park?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Brian is going to bring us the big, the small, and the very, very weird. What's the first new trailer tonight?
First one we're going to talk about is Bring Her Back, from the Philippou brothers, who did Talk to Me, a couple of years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
This one is a horror mystery thriller, and the synopsis is a brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at their secluded home of their new foster mother. What did you guys think of Bring Her Back?
Creepy imagery in the trailer. A lot of quick cuts, stuff that you're like, ooh, that's gonna be fucked up when you get to that part of the movie. You know, there's some weird shit that I saw in there, but I really liked Talk to Me. I didn't get much out of the story other than maybe this lady has lost her daughter and she's trying to bring her back. But that's about what we got, and I like Talk to Me, so I think this one's giving me good vibes, good hope for this one.
Yeah, kind of the exact same thing you just said. Like, looks interesting. I'll definitely watch it.
You guys rated Talk to Me pretty highly, right?
Yeah.
We liked it.
Yep.
I'll definitely check this one out. They won me over with their movie. You know, first time directors, and they knocked it out of the park in their first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to get. Didn't NECA release that hand? Like you could buy the hand.
Yes.
That's fucking cool.
Or you buy it with the DVD, right?
Yeah, it's sold out within a day
really
or
quickly.
Yeah. And real quick, I probably shouldn't mention in horror news. They have 2 scripts written for the sequel to Talk to Me.
Okay.
But
they're going to do a sequel.
Yeah, but they said due to other commitments and projects, it'll probably be a while before that sequel comes out.
All right.
That's what happens, man. You make a banger and you get scooped up and you can't get back to the.
Yeah, I got excited when they got announced to do the new Street Fighter movie, because I've seen some of their
a lot on their plate.
Their stunt work videos, but they dropped out of that because of the commitment.
Damn.
Oh, okay. So they won't be doing that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting there. They're getting closer. Like that new Mortal Kombat movie was the best Mortal Kombat movie, but
it was good. It was really good, man.
I don't know about really good. It was.
I think that's the one on Max, right? It was on Max, one of the first movies after
the scene
Seth
where
Rogen's The Pickle.
Where that one dude rode that lady into the spinning hat, that was fucking cool. But that was kind of it. Like Liu Kang was like nothing.
I might be misremembering. I
didn't like the new guy, because he should have just straight up turned into Scorpion. That should have been his power, and then he didn't. He just turned into
from Cobra Kai.
Oh
yeah, he had gold bandage armor was his power. I was like, this is dumb.
I know your favorite part. is when Jack's baby robot arms grew into big robot arms.
At least he had robot arms, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Jax in the second movie, I guess, did have robot arms, but we don't talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That's a...
He had robot gloves because he rips them off at the end.
Robot gloves.
He does rip them off. He's like,
Oh,
man.
I believe in myself. I can do it myself.
He was like supposed to be like a soldier, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go up to his crib. What the hell?" I was like, "Oh man, what are we doing? What are we doing?" And then they cast James Remar as Raiden.
a little old, huh?
Yikes! And then it was like they had like these shots where like James Remar would be on the screen, and then it would like cut back, and you see some other guy in his clothes doing a bunch of flips and shit.
Oh,
and then it would do like another close up on his face when he spins back to the camera. And it just reminded me of like Scary Movie when Anna Faris
like,
on
I'm
the
gonna
motorcycle.
get you, sucker.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie, guys. The cinematography looks gorgeous. You know, like that swimming pool scene where the kid is in the pool for some reason. Talk to Me was my favorite.
Bringing the swimming pool back, Lance.
Damn, man.
That's it, man. Anything with a swimming pool, it's gonna be in my top 10.
This feels ready for summer, bro. He hates the winter. He moved to Florida. He's like, I need pools.
Can't wait to get out to my pool. All right, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this one. This is my early favorite film of the year. It's got that creepy vibe to it, and shit, they didn't do us wrong with Talk to Me, so let's see what happens.
Yeah.
This hits theaters May 30th. And also at CinemaCon, it was revealed the second secret Predator movie was animated anthology coming to Hulu, and it's called Predator Killer of Killers. This is also directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey.
I'm so fucking excited for this thing.
Okay.
The animation.
So it's an anthology?
Yeah.
You can see in the trailer. There's a shot in the trailers where he's like fighting samurai. There's like a World War II shot. Right. There's a shot like in the 40s. It looks like almost like Prohibition, maybe the 20s, like Prohibition kind of cars driving around. And all the Predators look different. Like the one fighting the samurai was like super agile and lanky, and then the other one, like there's a big ass one in one shot. So like that's really cool. I'm super excited for this shit.
What you think?
Alien and Predator always been my shit. So,
I mean, I'm not normally a huge fan of the animated stuff, but it sounds pretty cool. And the anthology thing took me over the edge, so I'll definitely watch it now.
Lance,
I'll check it out. It's on Hulu, but I'm not always a huge animation guy either. Some of the animation looks a little choppy to me.
I love it.
I'll watch it. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. I mean, obviously the director knows what he's doing with the characters, so we'll give it a shot, man.
They pretty much handed this franchise over to him. He's doing the Predator Badlands, which I heard at CinemaCon. People got to see a lot of cool shit from the movie.
Yeah, they released a lot of details for it. It sounds fucking awesome.
Okay.
Did you know anything about it? Phil, did you hear anything about the new? So it's like Elle Fanning's characters like teams up with a Predator on some dystopian planet to like fight some other creature. Like I'm fucking ready for that shit, dude. I love that. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they keep it decent and don't get too silly with it, I think we're cool.
I think the only one I haven't liked was Requiem, and even that movie, there's fun parts of it.
I don't know. I think that movie's more funner than The Predator.
Oh, The Predator is really bad. That's a really bad film.
Which one was that?
The one with Boyd Holbrook.
Oh yeah,
and Olivia Munn.
They get the special suit at the end, and he's like, "What does he say? That's mine, Bubba."
Bad.
Yeah. Oh my, it's a Predator.
Yeah,
it's called the Predator Killers.
I still enjoyed it though.
But it's like the whole armor looks like normal, but it's got like a big Predator helmet, so it looks like a bobblehead walking around.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
and
terrible.
The Predators
told him that this suit is called the Predator Killer, so they call themselves the Predator.
Oh, okay.
They'd be like, "We're giving you a suit. We call this the Human Killer." Like, what?
I'll never rewatch it.
That movie got torn apart in post-production, right? And Shane Black's been on record saying like, man, they made me change some shit. So like, there's shots of filmed things where there's predators in U.S. military tactical gear, fucking firing on other predators and shit. Like, there was a whole ass scene where predators were chilling with the U.S. troops, fucking up some other predators. Like, like I want to know what that was about. I really want
no
that
director's cut
part of that movie.
Instead, we got Olivia Munn running, jumping from stuff, and being followed by her pet predator dog, who got a lobotomy and became a nice predator dog.
And then the child, you have to have Jacob Tremblay in there. You had to have the boy, so you have some sense of.
Oh, that's the murderer that he murdered those innocent people when he fired on him when he put on the predator helmet.
Yeah, he did cause he ended lives as a child. So.
All right,
sucks.
Predator Killer of Killers comes to Hulu June 6th.
Can't wait.
And our final trailer is Mathregan 2.0.
Ooh.
Not even really going to get into synopsis or anything because it's
Terminator 2.
Yes.
Okay. I got you.
And everything I've been saying has been right.
I see that.
Everything I've been reading is right. They're making Megan a hero.
It's Terminator 2. The company made a new, better robot that's trying to kill the girl. So the first robot comes back as a good guy this time.
Right.
It's the same. I'm like, it made me I actually watched Terminator 2 after the trailer. Like, I'd rather watch this. This is a better movie.
Sense. Reminds me of all the Sony Spider-Verse movies where all the bad guys are anti-heroes.
And look,
like Kraven the Hunter,
Kraven the Hunter.
Venom sitting in a lobster tank.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this movie. Why would you put Megan in a smaller?
Because everybody deserves a second chance.
Bullshit.
She murdered how many people in the first movie, and she's told if you show us that you'll be good, maybe we'll upgrade your body.
No! What the fuck? Yeah, because this thing can't lie.
Give you
also, that first movie was like borderline weird with some of the dancing that little doll was doing, and now she's like, I want a bigger body. I'm like, oh, so it's not going to be even more weird now, right? Like, it's not going to, I guarantee you they're going to do some more weird shit in that movie, man. So
look, in Megan's defense, that boy in the woods had it coming that she threw in front of the car.
The boy with the elastic ears.
Yeah.
That was the best scene. I'll give him that.
It was.
That one at least felt kind of scary with her like fucking hoofing it after him in the woods. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sold on Megan 2.0.
I'm not.
Me neither.
I'm kind of more interested in the spin-off movie that they showed at CinemaCon, The Soulmate, where it's basically that Megan Fox movie, but done in the Megan universe.
Yeah, that makes more sense. This looks silly. Like the shark.
Yeah, it looks like
they jumped the shark a long fucking time ago, and they're like jumping the brontosaurus at this point.
Megan is fucking skydiving, flying through mountains.
At the end of the trailer, she was in like tactical gear fighting.
Yeah.
You talking about with the bob haircut they gave her?
Yes. Man, I'm like, all right. You know what? Yeah. I'll probably put it on one night. I'll get real fucking high, and I'll put it on and like draw while it's on, and like I'll look up during the fight scenes, and that's about it.
That's it.
Yeah, there is a chance though this movie could be so stupid it's entertaining.
There's a chance.
That's true.
There's a very strong chance.
All right, Megan 2.0 hits theaters June 27th, and that is it for trailers.
All right. On to some listener feedback. This week we shine the podcast spotlight on the Killer Point of View podcast, a mix between horror movies and true crime. Hey, that's where I live. I like it. In regards to April Fool's Day, Pat Caruso says, I've been waiting to watch this one since Ammon and Pete did a commentary for it, but I can't find it through any help. You guys have a spot where it's available?
there's a spot where everything's available, but we don't usually toss those website names out online.
This one's on Shudder, though. This one's on Shudder. AMC Plus or Shudder.
And if it's streaming anywhere, then it's definitely out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hey, Shudder's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Let's see.
With the Yellow Jackets, I just paid for the add-on for Hulu, like the $12.99 for Showtime and Paramount Plus. I'm like, until I'm done watching it, I'd rather just have it there. I can just push play and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
agreed.
That makes life easier than trying to search for every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. In regards to the Bondsman, Ash Cavanis says, "Great show, thanks, Kevin Bacon." Also, how you got some music in there? Don't know what that means.
Okay. I guess cool soundtrack, maybe.
Yeah. And his thick Southern accent too just drove home how much I want more Tremors, man. I was like, I got so mad watching that we didn't get that Tremors show.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
It ain't over till it's over, Steve.
Yeah, with that accent, it really does feel like Val from Tremors left perfection and went on to become Bondsman.
And his name is Hub. You know, it's like Val, Hub. Like it's these one syllable names. Like it's just perfect.
In regards to Dangerous Animals, Tim DeLine says, I'm watching anything from Sean Byrne. The Loved Ones and The Devil's Candy were outstanding.
Okay. Good stuff.
In regards to 28 years later, Eddie Vastag says, I'm guessing none of the survivors that were in the first two flicks are going to be in this one. Blah.
I don't know. Probably not. Is he in this one?
Yeah.
28 years older, huh?
He's in the movie.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Brendan Gleeson ain't his for sure, but I guess he wasn't really a survivor.
Yeah, well, there weren't that many survivors, right?
Let's see. In regards to the Friday the 13th series, Nick Pristash says, I checked out after part 7. Though I believe I saw 8 and 9 in the theaters. Jason transformed from a psychotic lunatic killer. Friday's up to part 4 into a Universal Studios monster style character, i.e. he became like the Wolfman or Dracula in part 6. And the storylines became more and more far-fetched. Up to part 4, you could almost believe it was a legit story that could have happened if you ignored the fact that Jason had long hair in part 2. The stories really did have a general continuity, and you could suspend disbelief. Part 6 was fun. Was a fun what-if scenario, and Part 7 went into such an odd direction. You couldn't help but like it as it was like there were two supernatural forces doing battle with each other. But that is really where the story ended for me.
Everybody's a critic, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, put some thought into that.
Did you miss out on
Jason
X, man?
Speaking of critics, I see you didn't put the guy that called me the worst clickbaiter of all time.
Nah, missed that one.
Look, I posted a story about Andre Overdahl, the guy who did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Right.
Autopsy of Jane Doe. He did it. He finished filming an untitled Paramount horror movie. That's all the news. That's all the info on it. He got mad because I didn't give a release date, a title,
or details.
I didn't explain who Andre Overdahl was.
Yeah.
Well, then why did you click on the story?
Exactly.
Wikipedia, fool. Go to Wikipedia.
Plus, everybody knows that comicbook.com is the most clickbaity sons of bitches ever. I had to unfollow those motherfuckers because everything's just click here, click here, click here. Like,
oh yeah.
If you look on IMDb for this movie, it says untitled horror movie, no synopsis, no release date.
There you go. I guess we'll learn together.
That's all the news we got, man. If the stories that we post from are clickbaity, that's not our fault.
Or maybe
excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Have other news outlets. I don't know. You know, I tell people when somebody gets mad at the geeks, I'm always like, you can get your news from someone else, like other than us.
Yeah, it's just like a feature.
We're just like,
give us something to talk about.
I don't post about every story. I just thought this was fun. You know?
I mean, I could have made up a synopsis and the title. I mean, if that works for you, but then I would have been reporting. I would have been reporting fake news then.
We don't want that.
Well, don't do that. All right. In regards to Grindhouse, David Barta says Death Proof is one of my favorite movies. It is a pretty great one.
Yep.
Cat, what are you doing? All right. And in regards to Creepshow Box Creature, Mike J. Marin says that was before he was captured, all happy and stuff.
Showing him out in the woods in the picture, like not in the crate.
Eddie Vastag says, haha, what up? LOL. What do you think it is? What do you think this is? The Friday Night Fights? Just call me Billy. Everyone does. In regards to the Hell House LLC lineage, Jerry Amex says coolness level is very high here. Okay.
I think that's going to be the final one in that series.
Yeah, probably about that time. In regards to Phantasm, Johnny Phoenix says, what a movie. Ted Cancel says, great film series.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Well, the last one wasn't too good, but first couple were great, right?
Yeah.
You're on mute, Steve.
I knew that was coming. That comes at least once a time.
At least once.
I was about to say, I got to say it.
I don't even remember what I was going to say now. Doesn't matter.
Fantastic.
It's all good.
I was saying, Phantasm. You said the first couple are great, and then it starts getting weird. I'm like, that's like almost every series.
Yeah,
every
like,
series.
It's so rare
Good
that
point.
they,
Good point.
and they'll have one random one where you're like, holy shit, that was good. Oh man, that's back to crap again. God damn it. X-Men did that.
Speaking of which, in regards to Howling V, Andy Kennedy says cheesy, but definitely one of the better ones in my opinion.
Okay, we'll see if we agree.
From what I understand, we haven't gotten to the worst ones yet.
Oh, what?
What?
I hope we saw
You gotta
Steve's
be kidding.
face in that one.
Because there's clips of one I've seen that look absolutely horrible, and I keep thinking every time we get to the next movie, I was like, this might be it, but I haven't seen any of these clips in the movie, so I think in the next.
I thought this was it.
No,
They did a made-for-TV remake or something, right?
I think there was like a Western one.
What?
Well, that might be good.
Oh boy.
Who knows?
Oh man! All right.
There's no continuity with the series. There's no continuity.
No.
Not exactly based on the novel.
In regards to Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Eddie Vastag says, how would they have a second when they all got caught at the end? That is a good question.
They escape. Come on, dude.
Because the movie actually did pretty well, and believe it or not, for a PG-13 horror movie, I thought it was pretty good. Like,
yeah, it wasn't bad.
That was pretty good.
You guys see the teaser for the new one?
Yeah.
Look pretty good.
I'm all here for it. Like, it's entry level horror, and I'm okay with that because my kids can watch it and it's fun. You know?
Yeah, unlike Minecraft, my daughter got excited for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Unlike Minecraft.
Yeah. My son's the same way. He wants to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but he has no interest in Minecraft, the movie.
Yeah, we watched the teaser together, and there was stuff popping up in the teaser. She was like, she was recognizing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
different characters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, too old for Minecraft. It sounds like. In regards to Hellboy, Pat Caruso says Golden Army is better. Yeah, I said it.
I agree.
Okay.
And then what? Golden Army.
I think the original, the first Hellboy.
Golden Army had a bigger budget and was more like it had more stuff to do.
Yeah, it was more fun.
But that first movie was fucking twisted. The first movie was dark, and you had the good thing with that first one is you had Myers. You had that guy that was kind of new to everything. So
the guy in the second one they said got shipped up to my state.
Yeah, because they were like, who cares?
Oh, that's right.
We don't need to explain the story anymore, so we don't need an audience fucking surrogate.
He got shipped to Alaska, so you'll never see him again.
That's right. Middle of nowhere, Brian.
Yeah. That first movie was like I saw that in the theater and I didn't even know what to expect, and it was just so good. And that second one, Golden Army, is really, really good too.
I liked it a lot too, yeah.
But the David Harbour one was garbage, and so was that Crooked Man one. So was that Crooked Man.
Still haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh, you don't need
that
to.
one makes the David Harbour one not garbage anymore.
True.
Yeah.
In comparison, and the David Harbour one's not garbage. It's just, you know what it is? They redid the first Hellboy movie. They did the whole intro again, the whole freaking, this is when Hellboy came into the world. And I'm like, we already saw it. It was way better than the hell Ron Perlman one.
Kind of like the
it
Spider-Man
felt like one of those like cheap reenactments. You know, I was like, oh man, like previously on. Yeah, I know, but
all right. In regards to Mathregan 2.0, Anthony Allen Jr.
Is a long one.
He says, I did get some laughs out of this trailer. Don't get me wrong. It does look like a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, as I'm not a fan of the whole anti-hero angle they're taking with the Megan character. I also love the first movie, a fun horror that not in any way, shape, or form meant to be scary nor taken seriously, but just fun. I know many people are saying they're ripping off Terminator 2, which, yeah, I can totally see that too, 100%. Personally, I wanted this to be a mix of Child's Play 2 and Cult of Chucky, where she gets revenge on Katie and Gemma and makes more of her multiple Megans. But no, instead we get this Terminator 2 knockoff with a heroic Megan. Okay, then, I guess.
Great, well said. We need more feedback from that listener. Who was that?
Anthony Allen Jr.
Anthony Allen Jr.
Yeah,
right to his floor, man.
I don't think we've had feedback from him before.
Okay.
And let's see, in regards to the Rule of Jenny Penn, Tina Larson says the strangest movie, but I couldn't stop myself from watching. LOL.
All right. Haven't seen that one, Brian.
No,
has.
I haven't either.
It's on Shudder.
Okay.
Like I said last week, neither you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
In regards to the Terrifier series, David Ramos says trash. Trying to be all gore, but it's stupid as hell. Only one clown. I love that's Captain Spaulding. This show can't compare. Just straight stupid.
Well, sir, we'll just have to agree to disagree.
Yep. And that's it for listener feedback. Our intro and logos come from Steve. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
All right.
Our original skull artwork comes from Natsulani. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. We'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount. And for $5 more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. All right, on to featured attractions. This week we've got more Howling, parts 5 and 6.
God damn.
I don't know how many of these there are. We'll start.
We didn't make them, Lance. Gosh.
We'll start with the Howling 5, the Rebirth.
Howling 5.
The after.
From 1989.
Werewolves Within.
A group of strangers visits an ancient Hungarian castle and bring along a werewolf. Is that really what happens
Sure.
there? I don't think that's
Sure.
all right. Director is Neil Sundstrom, also known for Dead Easy and Slash. Never heard of either of them. Writers are Clive Turner, Freddie Rowe, and Gary Brandner. The bus
writing by committee, always a great idea.
The bus taking the visitors to the castle is a Kosborher Cetra S28, who nobody gives a fuck, and Malev.
Who wrote this trivia?
Former Hungarian airline livery. What? This bus or the other one or two of two is preserved at the Aero Park Budapest Museum.
Who cares?
Okay. Well, you can go see the bus from
Listeners, before we even start,
Aero Park Budapest Museum.
Before we even start, that trivia tells you everything about the movie. That's the trivia, is about the bus.
In case you wanted to see it. Steve, you want to start us out on the Howling V?
Yeah, this one sucks. This movie is. I hated this movie. I hated it. I was getting mad that I was still awake while I was on. I was just like, man, I did not. I was bored to tears. There's no werewolves. You see like some fur like throw in front of a hole in the wall sometimes, and there's some weird growls. You see the cover. There's the cover image of a wolf face. You see that once. And then that's about it. No kills really on screen.
I don't even remember seeing that cover wolf on there. I was like, wait a minute.
Blink and you fucking miss it.
Yeah, I was like,
you blinked.
That werewolf wasn't even in this movie.
He probably sneezed or something and fucking missed the whole shot. But it's trash. And then the end, it's like, who's the werewolf? That person is, because there's a howling set. They didn't even make her eyes glow. How cheap is it to color with a fucking highlighter on the film reel? Like, they didn't even make her eyes glow. Like, come on, man. Fuck this movie. This movie is boring. It was terrible. You know what it was? Somebody made a whodunit, and they were having a hard time finding the money to get it made. And they were like, you know what? We could just throw a Howling title on it, make it part of this franchise, throw a little howl sound at the end, and we'll call it good. They got somebody to give them a couple $100,000, and then they were off to the races.
Yep.
I think you nailed it.
0 as far as our geeks rating. 0. Moving on.
Yeah. Ouch. That's a little rough.
Well, we don't have a 10-tier system like you do. Ours is only 5, so 0 is not quite a 0 for you. I was just saying for the geeks rating.
No, I get it. I get it. Understood. Yeah, actually, Philip did give Black Christmas a -10. So
the remake. Oh, that one's really fun. We gave that a 0. I got a 0.
Lance, what did you think about this one?
I'm totally in agreement with Steve. This was just boring as hell, man. And I kept thinking, like I didn't know about this movie you were talking about, Philip. Kill the Beast, or The Beast Must Die. That sounds like the best version, and they did it first.
Oh, it was way better.
All I could think about was that Werewolves Within, and then what's the game? Is that Werewolves Within that people play where you have a piece of paper and one of them's the werewolf and the others are villagers?
It's just called Werewolf, actually.
Okay, well that's fucking. I guess this inspired that, or did that come first? I don't know. Well, I'm sure The Beast Must Die inspired all of them, right? But
when I looked it up on IMDb, there's actually like a 50s version of a movie called The Beast Must Die. I don't know if it's the same thing and it's a remake or what.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the one I was watching was from like 74, I think.
Yeah. Great year for film, man. I mean, that's some good shit coming out. Hammer and all that. The characters were fucking silly. What was that? The guy that was the Count or something like that was taking him through the castle and it was it made no sense, right?
I didn't really get his character.
They all had that birthmark, or the mark of the beast, or
they didn't explain anything. Like, and then like he wasn't even the bad guy. I'm like, why did you even bring all these people? Like, why did you do this? Like, this, you know how this could have all been avoided if you didn't do any of this. None of this would have happened. Like, you didn't have to bring any of these people there.
Well, he said he brought everyone there so he could isolate and kill the werewolf, right?
But
and that's like the one. That was the final girl. The werewolf was the final girl.
Yeah. So your plan is to just
bring accomplished.
Your plan is to bring everybody here and let the werewolf kill everyone, and then you.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Not smart.
Well, and then the only reason that she's the werewolf in the first place is because she winks at the end.
And that's it. Yeah. No teeth, no fangs, no eyes, no nothing, right?
Like,
no
you didn't even give her like the fucking little dollar teeth you get that you put in there.
Right. Yeah.
The little plastic ones, the little vampire teeth. You could have thrown those in her fucking face.
Oh man. Yeah, it's this is a hard pass for me, guys.
And there just wasn't any kookiness. Like all the movies have like some weird shit going on. Like what the fuck was that?
The next one certainly does, yeah.
They go back to form. But here it's just boring. There's just nothing happening.
Yeah.
You're just following this guy with a terrible ponytail walking around stairs for 20 minutes. I'm like, fucking, what are we doing? Cut your hair.
I thought the same thing. I was like, man, that
it's not even good hair. It's like really thin, gross hair. Just cut it. Ugh. I got mad at this movie.
Brian, what'd you think?
I feel 100% robbed of time in my life. I contemplated why I do a podcast. I couldn't figure out if this movie was the longest movie in the Howling series or if it was that boring that it made it longer.
Probably that. Although
everything was filmed in the dark. I couldn't tell who was who, what was what.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's
every time I think the werewolf was on TV, they cut to a zoom into darkness.
Right.
And I'm assuming that's when somebody died. And then later you see the dead body.
They had that musical note, dun dun dun, or whatever it was, that thing that would play.
Yeah.
That would show the outside of the house again.
Right?
And I feel extra robbed because this movie, I'm looking at the Wikipedia, it starts in 1489 Budapest. I thought we were getting a completely different setting, medieval times. I was kind of getting into it. And then 5 minutes later, we cut to 1989. And I'm just kind of...
When you have the guy from the Budapest yelling "the baby" in English.
The baby.
And I couldn't tell if this movie was trying to be funny or not because we've already talked about the reveal of the one girl being the werewolf at the end.
Yeah.
The one that was the dumb actress, or the one that said she plays the dumb girl in the movies.
The Swedish actress.
But she was a complete idiot through the fucking whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's not forget when they were like, who could the werewolf be? They're all talking about it at one point, and they were like, how about Marianne? And they were like, no way, she's been asleep since all this started.
She's been asleep.
Moving on. Right. I was like, well, she's definitely the fucking werewolf.
The one that was conveniently not around.
Right.
So stupid.
So that's why I liked The Beast Must Die movie, because they sort of do that, but it's like, okay, well, they're giving you an opportunity to guess as to who it is, so they're gonna at least be slightly obvious on, who the werewolf is, and they're not gonna give you the most obvious person, but maybe the second most obvious. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at the poster.
I wish we'd seen this. That one instead.
Where the fuck is the crib in this movie?
In the beginning, remember during the credits, the opening credits, they had that crib.
Oh, that was the Rebirth?
That was it.
That was the Rebirth, yeah.
I guess this movie's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I think exactly what Steve said. This was just some stupid whodunit movie, and they slapped a werewolf thing on it. Because that's the only thing that makes any sense. Because if you take out the 30 seconds worth of actual werewolf in this movie, otherwise it's just people getting killed
by each other
off screen.
Yeah,
not by the werewolf. Somebody shoots another person gets stabbed by another person gets beheaded by another person. What the fuck is the werewolf doing at all in this movie?
It's growling. Like I said, they're throwing fur in front of the camera like this. Like
yeah, pretty much.
And then somebody's like, and then you see somebody looking through a hole in the wall go, oh my God. And I'm like, well, what the fuck did you see? Because I didn't see it. Like, I don't know what's going on.
And why do you have a glory hole?
For real. This whole place is full of fucking, it's just a peeping Tom's paradise, this castle.
Yeah, I found a lot of the times I was looking at the scenery going, is this a set or is this a real castle?
Right.
But that was about the extent of my interest in this movie. It was pretty bad. Definitely go watch The Beast Must Die because it's way better than this. And it's not even very good. It's still super silly and hockey, but like, but it's more fun.
Okay.
All right, scores, Steve. You said
yeah. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it my geeks rating. It's, you know why? Because it's a werewolf movie without a werewolf. And here's why. Normally I'll give it at least a 1 something if there's like music that's good. Not here. If there's some actors that are trying, nobody gives a fuck here. Like nobody cared. This was like a weird cash grab, and I'm not here for it. I'm
There's
for a werewolf
definitely
movie with
some
no
actors
werewolves.
trying in the next one. We'll get to that.
So 0 on 10.
0.
I don't like this. I'll never watch it again.
Lance, what do you think?
Steve makes a compelling argument. I'm really thinking this through because I was thinking 2 at first, and now
trying to find
as
positive.
you guys talk, I'm down to. I'll go with 1. I'll give it a point. I'll give it a.
But tell me, Lance. Tell me what is the 1 for? Is it because somebody managed to get something onto a film and release it?
Somebody turned the camera on.
Oh, you know what? It's better than Megan is Missing or whatever. Or what was that one? Not Megan is Missing.
Oh, To Jennifer.
Oh God. I'll give it a 0.5. Just because To Jennifer has to hold the title for 0 for me.
Brian.
0.25. 0.25.
0.25. Ouch.
Damn. Your price is writing me like a motherfucker now. He's giving me Brian shake.
1 penny.
Here comes Brian with the 0.10. Like.
No, this movie betrays the series. The series has been weird and wacky and kooky and just crazy all around. This just betrayed the entire franchise, and it is a 0.
Wow! Yes.
This is gonna be the opposite of Into the Spider-Verse here.
Fucking swinging for the fences.
Man, I don't know what to give it now.
You're usually the nice guy, Philip.
I know.
If you can find something positive to say, because to me, I'm like, I can't even say positive that they filmed.
Phil,
it
you've been on your shit lately. You've been
that's true. I've
go with your heart.
A little more of a stickler. Well, I mean, I can't give it a like legitimate 0.
You can't? Steve, argue with him, man.
I can.
Come on.
Well,
but
I can't find a positive, not one.
Steve's argument about finding a positive in the movie is difficult.
Because even the boobs that were in it were only in it for, again, I didn't in it as long as that werewolf was. Like if you looked away for a second, like you missed them. I rewound to see if I missed something, and I didn't. I was like, okay, what the fuck?
I'll give it a 1 because I don't think it's deserving of a 0. I don't know why, but it gets at least a 1.
All right.
But it is by far the worst one that we've watched in this series.
So you would like this? So you like this more than the Black Christmas remake?
Yeah, I'd watch this before I watched the Black Christmas remake.
Oh yeah, me too.
I might not. I might just try to fall asleep right before the end.
Yeah,
of the Black Christmas remake.
This one put me to sleep. The Black Christmas remake made me actively angry.
It make you vomit almost.
Like, what in the fuck is this?
Well, I'm happy to have helped bring about one of the lowest rated movies on the show.
Yeah,
so.
that's
I'm happy
there
to bring
it
that
is. The
about.
Howling V.
I don't know how many zeros Brian's given.
Did somebody in the comments just say
many.
that was the best one?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, the rest of them are crazy, but I'd rather crazy than boring.
Any day of the week.
Speaking of which, on to the Howling VI, The Freaks from 1991. A villainous carnival owner traps a young werewolf to include in his growing menagerie of inhuman exhibits. Director is Hope Perello, also known for Critters, Carnivores? Critters, Carnivores, and Creatures. Is that the name of one movie?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, Critters, Carnivores, and Creatures. My bad.
If not, then he's got like a type, you know?
Yeah. Like that sea thing. Writers are Kevin Rock, also known for Warlock the Armageddon and 1994's The Fantastic Four. Ouch.
Ooh, have you seen that one? The Roger Corman one?
Was it a
The Boy Who Could Fly?
or?
No, I don't remember.
No.
We watched it
Warlock
for the show.
the Armageddon or the Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see it. I never have.
It's bad.
From
Remember the movie The Boy
1994?
That Could Fly? The boy from Disney, The Boy Who Could Fly.
Yeah,
he,
of course.
He plays Johnny Storm in that.
Oh boy. Well, that makes sense.
It's really
Flame
bad.
on.
It's
I don't
really
know
bad.
if I remember a Fantastic Four from 1994. That's not the one with
It's really old. It's
Captain
the one
America.
where, like, when Ben Grimm is a human, he's way taller than everybody, but when he's the Thing, he's way shorter than everybody.
Right, and he wears like a rubber suit, orange rubber thing suit.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Okay. Let's see. Mary Lou from the previous sequel, The Rebirth, my bad, has a brief non-speaking cameo as a circus audience member in the beginning of the film. Okay.
Sure.
The makers
Nobody
of
cares.
the next sequel, New Moon Rising, included a reference to it in an attempt to connect the plots of all the films. Well,
God, somebody
Oh my
did care.
God.
that's
somebody
the first
cared.
attempt.
They
Yeah.
cared.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Wow.
And those, I looked it up, those are the only two movies that she has ever done.
Ever of anything.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Howling 5 and
No
6.
porn, nothing, huh?
Nope. Not on IMDb, at least. All right. Steve, what'd you think of the Howling 6?
Well, like Brian said with the last one, at least you had some trivia here. That gives you some. For this one, I was pleasantly surprised at the swing return back to form of the Howling series that we got here. Now,
Right.
I'm kind of torn because the werewolf design is shit in this. It's
not
shit.
great.
I don't
Yeah.
like the fuzzy
It is.
man. It just looks like a fuzzy man. It doesn't look like a werewolf. So I'm not a big
But
fan
the
of that.
transformation scene.
Transformation scenes were
Yeah.
very,
least they
listen,
showed that.
this movie has some pretty high highs for me. I think the story is actually really interesting. I don't know if it's executed
Yeah.
that well, but I
Yeah.
think the concept is really cool. They have some fun stuff, like with the British guy and the preacher, like building the house together, like some fucking Hallmark Channel shit.
Oh, that's
montage.
right. With the music.
The montage,
Yeah, the building
learning
house
how to
building
hammer a
montage.
fucking piece of wood. Like, how did you do any? Like, you don't know how to hold a board up and put a nail in it. Like, he's like, oh. And the British guy, he reminded me of Kevin Costner from fucking Prince of Thieves, because like he was British sometimes, you know.
Kept losing
Like,
the accent.
yeah, like, he kept like forgetting he was British at times. I was like, hey, wait, and then he would remember it and it would come back.
I was thinking that too. I was like, is this guy really British?
Yeah, and then the movie throws a fucking thing at you at the end. You're like, holy shit, there's another creature. Look, this movie has a lot going for it. It's not executed that well, but I give a lot of praise to the attempts and to the care shown on screen, and I had a lot of fun with this one. So I think this was a strong return to form, and maybe it's just like the whiplash from the fucking upswing from the last one, like how can it be any
yes,
lower? And
I
then you
can
come to
see
this
that.
and you're like, holy shit, because I watched them in order, back to back, one right after the other. So I was just like dumbfounded with this one. How could this? It felt like it was the best movie I'd ever seen. So in comparison to 5. So yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Lance, what do you think?
This movie had Fly Guy. From I'm gonna get you, sucker. This Fly Guy was in this, man. You gotta love that. And a midget. It had a midget. And it had a fucking he/she before they started saying they. And it was fucking
You mean
villains,
Deep Roy?
crazy villains. Over
Yeah, it's
the
freaking
top.
Deep Roy, man.
Oh man, Deep Roy was great, dude. Little Indian midget. I gotta love it, dude.
I like
No,
he was in,
Except in this
He
movie,
was
he had
in
a
the-
third arm.
but that wasn't why he was in the freak show. He was in the freak show because he knew how to play cards.
Oh yeah.
He would hide
Yeah, that's
aces
right.
with that third arm.
Got the old 3-card monte.
That shit was tough. He
going.
lit a cigar with that third arm, handed it up to his other arm. It's like, damn, this was fucking. Deep Roy had it going. He was a
This was
vicious
not-
little fucker.
Not a terrible
was
special
not-
power.
Not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's not one I'm going to go back and rewatch or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe if I don't know, maybe put it on the background Halloween party or something like that. But I mean, it was interesting, and then basically you had a vampire at the end, right? I mean, it was like the Night Flyer. It looked like the Night Flyer, right?
Kind of, yeah.
No, it didn't look like the Night Flyer.
A little bit, with the bat ears.
It looked like the weird vampire werewolf hybrid from the Underworld.
He reminded me of something that was from like Nightbreed, like one of those characters from Nightbreed.
Yeah, this was very Nightbreedish. Yeah, this was super Nightbreedish, right? Like with all the freaks and the weird characters and all that. But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. It was fun. And then like you guys were talking about the little house build or church building montage at the beginning, and they said, we thought you wouldn't have this thing done in a year. He said, with this dude, we're going to have it done today. It's like, this guy was this British dude.
Well,
like, it's like Jason Statham all over again from a working man. So
we got to fix this place up. There's like 7 boards and like a piece of siding that had to get put up, and that's it. They're done working really quickly.
We're done.
Yeah. It's like, hey, look, here's my hot daughter. You want to stay and live here for free?
I was about to say, I didn't even
put some wood up.
He's like, I'm going to fucking put some wood up. Let me tell you. Oh man, yeah, who wouldn't go for the preacher's daughter, man? That's got to be some Rick Press sexuality there, right? Just waiting to burst free. So yeah, this is a fun movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. Not great, but fun.
Hot, innocent little blonde. Can't go wrong. And I'm not a big blonde person. Brian,
who wanted to smack him? Who wanted to smack him when he was like,
yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. For the rest of us, bro. For the rest of us.
Take one for the team.
Come on, man. Telling her to leave like that.
Brian, what do you think?
I was pleasantly surprised we were back to form. I like the addition of the freak show. You call him Fly Guy. Lance, I call him Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch.
Oh my God, you're right.
There he is.
We got Deep Roy in there. We got Bruce Payne, the villain from Passenger 57.
Oh, okay. Nice.
We got montages. We got transformations. The sheriff was one of the gangsters from Blood In, Blood Out.
Man.
A lot of random.
We're just
going down the knowledge, man.
A lot of random.
My score's going up.
Our score's going up. Yeah.
I did admit I didn't know the Bruce Payne turned into a vampire.
Yeah.
Because he didn't look like a vampire. I had to look it up to confirm he was a vampire.
Okay.
Because that seemed to just come out of nowhere. But I like the story that of the freak show, and that they're putting him in the freak show, and oddly nobody was alarmed at a werewolf in the freak show. It was a little weird, but it just kind of added to the weirdness of the movie.
Yeah, true enough.
Hey, small town, you got a freak show coming to town, you got a werewolf.
The cops seem to be really
British loner.
Okay with the freak show too. They're like, we're gonna take this guy to the freak show, and they're like, all right. I'm like,
it's like, all good. Yeah. Didn't try to.
He walks in there and this guy's like locked up in a fucking cage, and he just like doesn't do anything.
Like, okay.
And I like that the freak show guy. He's just so creative with his names. You know, he's like, you'll be Alligator Boy. I was like, yes. I love that.
So Harkins the vampire.
Uh-huh.
But it does end anticlimactically, because they defeat the villain. He gets Alligator Boy. He looks at the girl, and then he walks into the desert with Alligator Boy. Credits.
To do what?
Yeah.
Like, oh, where are you going with that unconscious boy there? Like,
I guess he's gonna make a pair of boots out of him, right?
No, I think
belt?
Steve's onto something, because he did refuse the pastor's daughter.
I know.
But he made sure to leave with Alligator Boy.
But you know what? And that's the other thing too. Another reason to raise the thing, because even though the character does the bonehead move and makes the fucking preacher's daughter leave the fucking clock tower, even though she made sure her dad was asleep and she told him so, even though filmmakers were like, yeah, but like, let's show him anyways. Like, let's show it anyways, like as a dream sequence. Right. So I was like, okay, at least you give us that. That's cool. True. That's cool. You know. Live vicariously.
Just so you know that he wants to.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to leave with Alligator Boy.
But I did think it was funny when he's like marking everything meticulously about like when he's gonna transform, and then like he's sitting there one day writing, and he's like, "Shit!" And he looks up, he opens the blinds, full moon, instant transformation. I'm like, you fucking dummy.
Read the calendar wrong.
I was kind of thinking that too. I was like,
come
did
on,
you
man.
have this shit planned? What are you
You're
doing?
really bad at this. It was really abrupt.
But yeah, this one was definitely more entertaining. They had it took it a minute to get going. Like the beginning, I wasn't super interested. And then like, you know, the camp, the whole montage of the fixing the church, and I was like, what are we fucking doing? Can we get to something here? But they had to set him up as the good guy because he's the werewolf, but he's a good guy, right? You have to know that. And so it works for character development. I'll give him that. And then the bad guy is the vampire, right? And so you have to have the battle. I love the transformation scene for the werewolf. That was actually like surprisingly good. Like the guy that played the werewolf, I think actually did a really great job. I mean, he had a whole lot of overacting going on, but better over than under.
I like the idea of the talisman and the incantation.
Yeah, they could make him transform at will with that. Like that was cool. That was like a new twist.
Yeah, the whole movie was a little over the top, so it sort of felt like it worked. And man, he was just like really selling it, even with like the bendy bars of the cage that he was in.
Oh yeah, I noticed that too. Rubber bars.
he grabs one on the top and sort of swings across it, and it bends real bad. And I was like, boy, you like aren't gonna cut that out or anything?
Yeah.
Maybe reshoot that.
Adds to the mythology, right?
So it definitely had some silly aspects to it. I thought the costume design was maybe not the best, but the special effects though I did kind of enjoy. Like I said, the transformation scene, they had the growing toes and all that stuff, and they did that really well. It just when he transformed, he just looked like a wrestler.
Teen Wolf. He looked like a Teen Wolf werewolf.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah, he looked.
That's what, like from the Michael J. Fox movie.
But like not like
he looked more like Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
In the boxing one, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like it was like a Teen Wolf that wasn't all the way transformed. And he had his, and they decided to put these stupid little like stilt things on, so he had like little dog feet. It didn't make any sense. It was weird.
Yeah, well, you know, can forgive that, right?
Yeah. Oh, I will.
At least there was a werewolf in the movie.
Yeah, it's a weird design, but at least it was a werewolf. At least they showed it, and then they kind of went all out for the vampire thing, which, you know, was not my typical view of the vampire. But if we're gonna slap some costumes on some people, let's do it. And the final scene with the fight between the werewolf and the vampire, I thought maybe could have been a little bit better, but like you know, maybe draw that out a little bit more, because you could make that really cool.
There was no budget for that, you know.
Yeah,
they spent it all on
apparently.
But it wasn't terrible. This one at least kept my attention, and it was actually a really interesting story once they finally got into it. It just takes half the movie to get there.
You guys want some trivia?
Oh yeah, let's have some, man. Let's have it.
What kind of bus was used in this one, right?
Howling VI, The Freaks, marks the first time a Howling movie has been shot in the United States since the original one.
Oh, wow.
Georgia. Bus.
They didn't go to Budapest.
Yeah, this seems like a more Americanized movie.
The first one filmed in America.
More American than freak shows.
But also the first one that's the main character is a British guy.
Yes.
That isn't really British. So for some reason, they made him British, even though he could have just been like a guy.
I know. So is he really not British?
Oh, I don't know. It just felt to me like his. I didn't look him up, but like it felt like his accent was.
Yeah, it was sort of.
It was slipping, wasn't it?
Sometimes it was there, sometimes because I found myself thinking that too. I was like, wait, does this guy have an accent?
But then maybe it's just me being like, oh, you don't sound British enough, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, they don't all sound super thick, you know?
He's
not talking about tea and crumpets, is he?
It's not saying where he's
from. New
Not saying.
All right. Scores. Steve, what do you think?
Ooh, we're gonna give part 6 of this series 7 on 10.
Ooh, wow.
I'm gonna swing up to a 7 simply because I actually, I don't think that it was like we talked about, the execution wasn't there, but I think that that's strictly budget reasons, and you can only do so much. I see what they were aiming for, and I like what I was getting. So
yeah, had a lot going on in this movie.
It had a lot going on.
No doubt.
The vampire was. I don't know if I liked the vampire design either, Phil, but the fact that there was a vampire, I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is great. No,
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it was like it was just like a really
that they
fun
went for it.
Yeah, surprise. So yeah, 7 on 10 for me.
Lance, what do you think?
5.5. I liked it more than I didn't like it. It's not great, but hey, it was fun. It was fun.
Brian?
I'm gonna agree with Steve. This is a 7 only because I watched it directly after I watched 5.
Oh boy.
I'm judging this based on that night's experience. Like, hated. Then I was having fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys experienced the moment at the stock market when he said 90-day pause on tariffs to timestamp this episode.
Oh man, because we didn't know he knew that was coming. But
all right.
I'm gonna go 6 on this one. I had a pretty good time with it. I think it was solid, especially compared to the last one. I still think that I like The Beast Must Die more, even though like there was no real werewolf and the special effects were terrible. Like sometimes it was like daylight in one scene on one character, but nighttime on another scene on another character, but they're in the same scene, right? And it keeps splitting back and forth between one and the other, and they're like talking or whatever, and it's like night, day, night, day. I was like, did nobody like notice this?
Hey.
The golden age of film.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I give it a 6. I think this one, I had a pretty decent time with this one, man. I would watch this again. I am not in any mood to watch the other movie.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Steve, what are you guys doing at the Geeks lately, man?
Oh, what did we do last week? We did a big CinemaCon breakdown last week, talking about all the trailers, and that's when Brian saw when I got to try to defend Superman by myself against an onslaught of hate.
I don't get it,
dude. I think it's gonna be good.
I know. I'm excited.
It's James
for
Gunn, man.
Yeah. But I'm also like really excited for Fantastic Four. Also, like and Sean's even like, I don't know, and I'm like, bro, I can't fucking wait. That shit looks great.
I have a feeling Fantastic Four is gonna suck ass.
Really? I think the retro futurism, I think that whole aesthetic that they're going for is the only way you can do Fantastic Four properly. Fantastic Four can't exist in our world. It's too silly. But it can in an alternate 1960s retro futurism silly ass world.
That's
and it'll
true.
make sense there. And then when they bleed over into here, they're gonna be like, everyone's gonna be like, you're fucking silly, and they're gonna make some changes, So I can't wait for that movie. I think it's gonna be awesome. So
I hope it will. I don't expect it to.
I kind of do.
We're starting our 31 days, starting recording some stuff for that. We always start really early on that. So that's about it. Oh, we just did a movie called Promare for a Patreon review, an anime movie from one of our listeners. People are getting us to watch some weird stuff. It wasn't my favorite anime, but it was pretty good.
Hey, at least you guys will do all of your 31, unlike Brian and I that
was my fault.
Through the 31 days. I don't know, man. Cried uncle or something, but we saw the movies, Brian.
Hell of a commitment to something you're not getting paid for.
It was my fault. October was a rough month for me, so I didn't have time.
Yeah, that's why we start in like March and April, because
that makes sense.
Because we need to have we like to do some in October because it's the season, it's the time, but we need to have 20, 25 done by October, because we can't be. We've done it before where we're recording 5 movie reviews in a week, and it's that we can't do that shit. So
yeah, that's a lot.
We've learned in the last 10 years to space it out quite a bit.
Yeah, well, hopefully whoever's making the Fantastic Four has learned from mistakes of Fantastic Four's past, right?
Oh, they won't.
Well, I mean, it's not Fox doing it. Fox, Fox is the one that butchered those movies.
True.
Yeah. And not for nothing, those first 2 Fantastic Four movies weren't great, but they weren't the worst. That was a really good Doctor Doom design, and Johnny Storm was awesome in those movies.
Very true.
Chickless, I mean, he did what he could.
Yeah.
Michael Young Gruffield's Mr. Fantastic was terrible. He reached under a door to get toilet paper. That was one of his moves. That's not good. But Chris Evans' Johnny Storm was hilarious. He got every chick in that whole fucking movie's universe. They all wanted it.
As happens.
Well, he crash landed on a ski slope on fire and turned a big pile of snow into a hot tub, and chicks were dropping their fucking snowsuits to get in there with him. That movie's tight.
Johnny fucks.
Johnny Storm don't fuck around, dude. That's why I knew he said all that shit in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I think the problem that they have is Fantastic Four is just a little bit silly.
Well,
just by the nature of it. I mean, you have a rubber man
and an invisible woman.
Yeah.
I know.
How do you find her? How do you find her G-spot?
It's gonna be tricky. They almost did it. They almost
That's
did
my
it with
eyeball, you motherfucker.
That last Fantastic Four movie that came out. Who did that one? That that Doctor Doom ruined that movie. Josh Trank. He did that really good movie with Dane DeHaan before that. Was it where he was a superhero, the found footage one?
Oh, that was a good movie. Yeah,
that was a good one.
Then he got Fantastic Four.
That was good.
And guess what happened? He went on record too. He is not the best director, or doesn't have the best stories about him either. But Fox butchered that movie.
Yep.
After he was done with it.
Yep.
Reshot a bunch of shit. There's scenes where you could see where Kate Mara has a wig, because it was years after the movie was done, and they brought her back to do extra shit. It's that's not real hair.
Well, I don't know why you think that's going to be any different for any of the other movies. The studio keeps sticking their fucking grubby hands in shit.
Because it's Marvel, and
yeah,
Marvel's on an upswing right now. Deadpool and Wolverine was really good.
And Daredevil.
Daredevil's really good.
Yeah.
So, I've heard a lot of good things about Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts looks awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of test
I think it's going to be good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for the state of geek culture stuff.
Maybe they're finally pulling their heads out. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Stuff looks fun.
All right. Well, as always, we want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. You can find us at thehorrorreturns.com or email us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com. And next week...
No more Twitter. We were suspended.
I saw that. What the fuck was that all about?
We're suspended on Twitter?
Twitter apparently doesn't
X,
tell you what rules you broke. They just tell you broke rules and you can't use it and you can't make another one.
How
do we break rules on X?
Did you say something about Elon, Brian? Did you say something about Elon? Come on.
I'll say something about Elon on here. I don't care, but I only post shit for the show.
All right.
And on a social media platform that allows porn. I don't understand what rules I broke.
Not enough porn.
We posted somebody's link and they didn't like it. That's probably what happened.
That must be it. Yeah, that must be it. Oh well. All right.
And don't make your post shareable if you don't want it shared. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Next week we're going back to the theater, guys, for Drop. That's what AJ's excited to watch with me. She likes the dude that plays the date. He was Spencer Dutton in the 1923 series, the Yellowstone. Have y'all seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
I'm loving Yellowstone.
That's her new man crush.
I haven't seen any of the other ones though.
Yeah, they're all good, man. They're all good. Kind of over the top.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool.
Right.
And what else are we gonna watch, Brian? Cellular 2044.
Oh,
Who wrote these
seen
notes?
that one in a minute.
Oh, must be 2004, right? Cellular.
Yeah, I don't think we're 2044 yet.
Isn't that the one with fucking Johnny Storm?
Yeah.
Is it?
All right.
No shit. Everything comes full circle.
Have you seen Cellular before?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Awesome.
It's been a
Yeah, it's not bad.
It doesn't hold up now because like current technology, you're like, what the fuck? but like at the time, that shit made a lot of sense.
It's a flip phone or a big
Jason
phone.
Statham's not just a guy with a regular job in it.
No, he's
Oh,
in it.
Jason
he's
Statham
in it
that
too.
movie? I forgot about
I'm
that.
excited. I'm excited.
Tim Basinger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, on that note, until the horror returns again, Philip.
Good night.